Hey guys, welcome to my first attempt at, well, okay, this is not true. I kind of recorded another vlog earlier, but I didn't really like how it came out. It was kind of like scripted, or at least I tried to, and I don't know, it just wasn't vibing, so decided to try a little bit more of just a casual thing, where I just talk about what's going on, because I'm starting treatment for Lyme, and I'm about 2 weeks in to what I'm kind of referring to as phase 1. And would you guys like to hear a little bit about my experience and what's happening? If so, I guess just don't click away and you'll be good. Alright, so I actually really like the way my doctor's approaching this, because for the first 6 weeks or so, what we're doing is basically getting my body ready to go through antibiotics, because antibiotics are kind of rough, especially on your stomach and just body in general. You're killing a lot of stuff, both good and bad, but in the end, I think it's more bad than good. So in my opinion, I think it'll be completely worth it. So preparation for that includes stuff like there's this yogurt keeper drink with coconut stuff in it, which my stomach does not like at all. So I'm having to add the coconut oil in little by little to make my stomach not be like, ew, gross. So we're doing that. We're also doing I'm going gluten-free for a little while, which I don't think I actually have a gluten intolerance or anything like that. Or at least I will be extremely disappointed if after a couple weeks without gluten, I try gluten again, and my stomach's really upset, because that means there's might be something going on there, and then I'll have to stay on it. So, fingers crossed that I love bread. My stomach loves bread as much as I do. So we'll kind of figure that out as we go, and that's probably been the hardest thing about phase 1. Not like the mental side of wanting bread and the things I usually eat, but it wiped me out, man. I figured it would be really easy, you just don't eat wheat, but you still have a bunch of carbs you can eat, potatoes and corn, and a bunch of rice, and brown rice, I think, is what I kind of try to eat, so there's a little more nutrients in it. But I thought it would be no big deal. I thought it would just, be fine, but I got so sick. I tried to go absolutely cold turkey on gluten, and I got so tired and so sick. And after about a week of that, I was like, this isn't working. So I decided to go for a more gentle approach, where I eased gluten out of my diet for about 3 weeks, and that was so much easier, guys. I'm learning the joy of easing into things with this whole phase 1 thing, because normally when I start a new med, which there are new meds that I'm starting, I'll just within a week work up to the full dose, if not a couple days ease into it. Usually, every 2 days I'm kind of upping it. And for this one, I'm only upping dosages every week. So it's been a very gentle incline into the meds and seeing what helps and seeing what doesn't. And it absolutely sort of removes the running into a wall aspect of trying some new stuff. My body has time to adjust. It's just been way more gentle on my system, and I've really appreciated that. And I hope I remember this next time I start meds and want to just, go full throttle and do everything at once. And my body's like, maybe not. So we're easing into stuff, and I've been gluten-free for, I think, a week and a half now. So we will hopefully see how that works. And again, try gluten in a couple weeks, and fingers crossed I don't get nauseous or anything, and then I'll just be sad. So on top of the dietary stuff, I'm starting some new meds, and I really love the meds that he prescribed. My doctor really listened to what I was going through and what symptoms, and you could almost see his mind taking in the information I was giving him and trying to diagnose and treat appropriately. I really wondered if this place, since they see a lot of people, they seem to have a set protocol, at least I kind of assumed, but it seemed to really tailor for what was going on, because Lyme can cause so many different symptoms depending on just where it decides to land and what it decides to chew on. So like if it's your muscles are hurt. If it's your brain, it causes just awful stuff. If it's it could be an organ or something like that. It's just wherever it lands, that's where it like sets up camp and causes a whole bunch of problems. So for me personally, I'm going on some antihistamines, and I've loved being on those so much. They make me not itch when I come in contact with dust, which has been really great. So I no longer like dread going somewhere where I know like it hasn't been freshly vacuumed or anything like that. And I'll be fine. I won't turn red or feel itchy for a while, which is so nice because for a while I kind of assumed that was an OCD thing, my aversion to dust, because it wouldn't like super turn red or anything. It would just like a little bit every once in a while and I'd just be itchy. But since taking the antihistamines, that hasn't happened at all. So it's nice to know that I'm not crazy and that it was actually happening and I wasn't just like focusing in on something and making a symptom, just manifest because I was thinking about it, which I'm always a little worried about with Lyme stuff because, I don't know, I guess I was told for a long time that that's what was going on. So like I'm hyper sensitive to make sure that that's not what's going on. And if it is, to like, try to nip that and make sure that that doesn't affect me. So I don't know, I just always keep an eye out for it. So again, it's really nice to not be crazy and feel kind of, vindicated in that respect. The other meds that I am starting to try are actually some anti-seizure medications. And I don't get seizures, fortunately, but in the past, anti-seizure medicine is the only thing that's ever touched my cognitive or mental side effects of Lyme. So that was one of the things that he put me on, and so far I think one of them, and the other one's been nothing bad has happened, but I haven't noticed a big increase in help with it. So time will tell for those. I have about 3 weeks left in phase 1, so that'll be really fun. Oh, I'm also, since, phase 1 is really focusing on symptom control and getting my body as strong as possible before we do antibiotics, I've also got some, dietary supplements that, one dietary supplement that's supposed to, help you break down food and, control any reaction you might be having in your gut, because apparently that's a big deal, and I haven't noticed anything particularly helpful from taking it, but I don't know. I haven't noticed anything bad either, so I guess I will take that. So that's kind of what the first part of treatment has included and been like. And, also, there's, I'm supposed to do things like Espen, I forget how you say it, and I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but the Espen salt, soaks and stuff like that. So I just got a, thing to soak your feet in so I don't have to, be super bored waiting for my body to, absorb stuff. So I can just, bring it over to my computer and, do, the foot soak from there. Also, I get to, today, actually, I'm going to call and make an appointment, try a sauna, which I'm kind of dreading because I have a really big aversion to heat and, being warm. I just don't feel as well. It just feels gross, and I just feel kind of sick. All my symptoms are just, I guess, amped up a little more. Mostly it just feels really bad. So I'm doing an infrared sauna. There's a place in town that does it for not too expensive at all. In fact, it's pretty cheap. And we'll kind of see how that goes. I'm hoping I feel like it's doing good stuff. Mostly the benefit from that is it makes you sweat, which, sweating is one of those things that your body uses to get rid of, the stuff going on in your system that shouldn't be there. Fevers are one of your body's natural responses to killing things like the flu and other, illnesses like that it is really good at knowing that that's one of the ways to help you. So that kind of makes sense to me, that artificially inducing, sweating and a higher temperature for a little while would be beneficial, but we'll figure it out, and hopefully it helps. If it's not terrible, I'll probably do that a couple more times. But yeah, so I do that later today, and wish me luck, I guess. Maybe I'll let you guys know how it went afterwards. I'll record another one of these, but if not, I guess I will see you when we start phase 2, which, oh man, okay. So that's going to be kind of intense because I've been sick for so long, and I've tried a couple more antibiotics that haven't been too helpful. So apparently I'm a super good candidate for IV antibiotics. So this is going to involve like putting a central line in, and it's called like a power line, which just makes me think of the Goofy movie, and that's fantastic. And I'll have to use like a gif of that when talking about it at some point because it cracks me up. But so yeah, I'm gonna have like a line straight to my heart to give antibiotics, which, okay, it sounds super scary, but A, is gonna make me closer to a robot than I've ever been before. But B, it sort of bypasses a lot of the stomach problems that can come from antibiotics. Like, I know I took one antibiotic and like got a stomach ulcer, and that was the whole thing and awful. And it's just really rough on your stomach to, put all that at higher doses. So I'm really glad that just gets to be bypassed, and I get some really good meds, like straight to the heart, and that'll be cool. I'll probably try and talk about that at some point too, because I've had a PICC line in before, and something that really helped me was watching a video of a girl, I think it was Lyme Chick is her handle, and she like took you through the process of what it's like to get a PICC line and have it in, and how you kind of like deal with that on a day-to-day basis, and that really helped me. So maybe I'll do something like that. We'll have to see, because I also might be like super wiped out and tired, in which case I will probably just, I don't know, maybe I'll even record one of these just completely unshowered and feeling super sick, and I don't know guys, I don't know what the series will be like or anything like that, but I guess we're gonna do this, so I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.